Welcome to the Daily Challenge, a bite-sized motivational snack for your week, exclusively on the Challenge Yourself podcast. I'm Dr. Joy, and today's message is 7 gems to power up your week. 7 gems to power up your week. Many of you right now are experiencing a 4-day week. If you're here in the United States, then you know we have generally a 4-day work week after a longer holiday weekend. And so sometimes it's difficult to get back into the groove when you're thinking of all the other things you could be doing, especially after 2020. So I want to power you up. I want to empower you with these 7 gems that I have really put together to enrich your week, to remind you of who you are, and also to help you identify the places where you need to move forward. Okay? So the first one is make paper and create space daily for wellness. Make paper and create space daily for wellness, okay? You don't have to sacrifice one for the other. So for those of you who don't know what make paper is, it just means working and making money and really investing in your work too. We could put that in there. But the thing is, a lot of people choose one or the other. A lot of people choose to only focus on making that paper, making the dough, making the bread, bringing home the bacon, right? But then don't create space for wellness. One doesn't need to be sacrificed for the other. We just need to be intentional about creating space for wellness and intentional about our life purpose in our work. That's important. So don't sacrifice. Number 2, decline invitations for the sake of rest. You get invitations all the time for things. I know we're coming out of the pandemic slowly, and so you may be getting more invitations. But feel free to decline invitations for the sake of rest, for the sake of peace, or simply because you don't want to attend. You do not have to attend everything you're invited to. And while it's important to stir up your socialization, again, be careful, because every party, every gathering, everything isn't for you. And so really be measured about what it is you're going to and how you're expending your energy. Number 3, assume the positive in times of uncertainty. A lot of times when we send an email and we need a response, what happens? We tend to assume the negative when someone doesn't get back to us right away. We tend to assume the negative when we're having to wait for something. We tend to assume the negative when someone doesn't respond in a way that we like to hear. What I want to challenge you to do is to assume the positives when you're uncertain. And it's okay to do that. And when you assume the positive, what happens is even if your expectation isn't met, even if you end up disappointed, you still gave your mindset a refreshing. So you want to do that. And then acknowledge your growth daily along with that. Because it takes growth to be able to assume the positives of people, of ideas, of environments, and what have you. It takes growth because we live in a hypercritical society. So being courageous and assuming the positive when everyone around you is just, is it Friday yet? Becomes super important. I want to move on. Number 4. Strategically place yourself on your schedule daily and follow through without apology or excuses, because you are important. You are a priority. That's number 4. You are important. You are a priority. So why are you not on your schedule? Why is every doctor's appointment, work meeting, why is that on your schedule, but you're not there? You're not on the schedule. Where's your quiet time? Where's your workout time? Where's your, I want to talk on the phone, or I want to, play the latest video game. Maybe it's time for me to read. Maybe I just want to connect with some people over Zoom. Whatever the case is, to be able to give yourself what you need, you've got to be strategic and intentional. So place yourself on the schedule, which means that you've got to do an assessment of your schedule. Also, there's nothing wrong, number 5, for asking for support. There is no weakness in identifying and asking for what you need. As a matter of fact, I hope you do. Ask for what you need. Let people know, those who you can trust, those who are worthy of knowing about that. Let them know what it is that you need. We are not an island. We have to collaborate with others. It takes you 8 hours to do something that could take someone else an hour. Because you were too stubborn to ask, you ended up wasting a lot of time. And while you may feel justified in that, also remember, bring other people onto the team, bring other people into your life. Identify what you need and be willing to ask. Number 6, every day you wake up fully validated and fully worthy. I'm going to say that again. Every day you wake up fully validated and fully worthy. No human being can give or take your worth, period. There's no one out there that can diminish or detract from your worth. You don't need external validation. While it's great to get words of affirmation, notice there's a difference. You are already validated because you're here. You're a human being. You're alive. You don't define your worth in other people's eyes. You don't have to do that. Your worth comes from within, from the fact that you are here, breathing. So I'm going to need you to accept yourself. I'm going to need you to really focus on accepting yourself and on stirring up that self-worth, stirring up the knowledge that you are who you are, and that is okay. And you are validated just because of you being here, existing in itself. I know that's a hard word because we feel like we've got to do something to prove to somebody. And really, we don't need to prove anything. We need to just be. And that's important. So stop trying to prove to others how great you are, because you're already there. You're already great. Either they see it or they don't, but that's not your problem. Number 7, pay attention to your body and what it's telling you. Give it what it needs to fuel your day and your mindset, and handle it with care. We drink a lot of caffeine in the morning, and then around 3 o'clock we need more caffeine, then we can't go to sleep. Is that healthy for the body? I don't think so. Pay attention to your body and what it's telling you. Pay attention to your needs. That's not on the diet plan. That's in you. That's inside of you. When you pay attention intuitively to what your body needs, you're feeling a little bit slow and in a slump, then give it more of what it may need. It may need vitamin D. It may need, you may need to have more greens, more vegetable, more fruit, just more whole foods. But whatever the case is, pay attention. It's amazing that we go to the doctor and we're like, Doc, something's wrong, but we have no data. It's because we don't pay attention except when something hurts, doesn't feel good. Pay attention even when it feels good. Pay attention all the time and give your body what it needs. So those are my 7. Those are my 7 gems to power up your week. Now, if you go to my Instagram page at Captivating Joy, you will see my declaration for the week. I'm not going to read it on here because I'm going to challenge you to go there to a Captivating Joy where you'll see these gems for the week, and you'll be able to also read the declaration that goes along with them. So why start off the week this way? Because how you start and how you proceed will either exceed your expectations or it won't. But you got to start well, you got to have a good middle, and then an excellent finish. And so let's strive for that. Let's strive for that. Now, catch up with us via email at hello@thatwednesdaylife.com. hello@thatwednesdaylife.com, and make sure to check the show notes of every episode for ways to stay connected to our podcast. Follow us on all the socials at challenge.courage. So fun to be on Facebook and on Instagram with you all, interacting with you. And I want to also remind you, we have a brand new YouTube channel. Yep. We have a brand new YouTube channel, and it is incredible. We already have a video up. So I encourage you to go there. It's just a full name of our podcast when you're searching on YouTube. And other than that, let's take on this week with power, with joy, with presence, with purpose, with patience, with poise, with us, people, human, imperfections and all. So challenge yourself. Don't be a challenge.